Good morning, everyone. It's Sunday, March 2nd. I arrived here in Hamburg yesterday by train. It was a very enjoyable ride. I ventured out into the city. Just some first looks and feels of Hamburg was good. And now, after a good night's sleep in my hotel, I am ready to go out and do a little bit more exploring, a bit more structured. I got tickets today for two different things. The first one we're going to now, it's the so-called Miniatur Wunderland. It is kind of the biggest thing in Hamburg to visit as a traveler, weirdly enough. It is like a miniature indoor city, indoor world basically, really. It's got millions of figurines, loads of buildings, all kinds of moving vehicles, including an airport. It is bizarrely big. I've never been here before. I've watched all the videos on YouTube. I'm very excited to go there. It looks a little bit like the Dutch version of Miniatur, which is outside but much smaller. So let's go there and let's explore. Traveling for like 4 minutes by foot from my hotel. I've now arrived at the bus stop. It is dead quiet here in Hamburg. It's a Sunday morning, really early. It's just past 7:30. God knows why I'm outside already on the Sunday, but I'll tell you later. And I'm waiting for bus number 2 now. Okay, we've reached the destination of the bus, or at least the bus stop I needed to get out. So now apparently it's a 3-minute walk to the entrance of the Miniatur Wunderland. This area of Hamburg, and the traffic is picking up a little bit while I speak, is actually very interesting. It's littered with old Harbour warehouses that have been converted and renovated into new, all kind of interesting living area, but also business premises, park houses, and all kind of stuff. So it's very interesting. Let's have a look. What's also nice to see are these small stretches of what used to be a railway or a tramway. I'm going to think these were the old harbour railways to transport goods to and from the boats. And at some points they're still there, and at other points they're not anymore. So Miniatur Wunderland is so big that I believe it originated in the warehouse here to your right. Now you see this walking bridge in the middle over the water. That's because they had to actually obtain the warehouse on the left as well and make this walking bridge in order to go from one side to another. So we've reached it. We're at the Hamburg dungeon, but of course that's not what I'm for here. We've reached Miniatur Wunderland. It's an impressive building from the outside. I know it's even going to be bigger from the inside, and we've just seen the walking bridge to another building. So let's head up, go in, and see what it's like. It's incredible. This is a cutout of a stadium. You can see the detail that every individual spectator here is being crafted with. They all look different. It's amazing. This exhibition has been divided in several areas, across several floors even. It's like America, Germany, of course, Switzerland, Scandinavia, Monaco, South America. There are all kinds of areas. I'll try to cover them all. Let's go around. This seems to be the Provence area of southern France. I believe it's pretty new. Trains are running everywhere. And indeed, as stated, this is now on the crossover bridge between the two warehouses. I'm actually on my way to the small cafeteria area. I need some food, and then I'll explore everything here. So it's quite incredible. What you just saw was the Monaco area here in Miniatur Wunderland. Not only do they have a real life Formula 1 race going on, which how they do it, it's mind-boggling. Please look it up on YouTube. It's amazing. There's so much wizardry around that. But also, every section here in Miniatur Wonderland transitions from daytime to nighttime, and then back to daytime like every 15 minutes. All lights everywhere. It's incredible to see. It's really a feast for the eye. And of course here they go into the famous tunnel. So all the cars are lining up here for the start of the race. Last ones are finding their spot. And off they go. This is fun. Nice reddish light starting up. Of course, that is achieved by lots of lighting in the ceiling here, which can radiate a certain hue and glow. And now it's getting back to light. And we'll see the lights turning off individually, one by one, not just big bang boom, but it's quite cool. There are also streetcars here which react to actual traffic lights and railway signals, while a larger train is passing by. You might notice, for those of you that realize, that are actually quite true to the region they're displaying, because this is Italy and I see railway trains from lots of Italian operators passing by, but not so much from other railway operators from other countries. Here you can see Roma Termini railway station. It's one of the major dead-end stations in Europe. And of course, if we pan around, you can see some other famous Rome landmarks, including the St. Peter and the Colosseum. Also, what's cool to know is that there are lots of Easter eggs and also interactive displays here within this exhibition. For instance, do you see the car here? Does it look a lot like the Ghostbusters machine? But then it gets more fun, because here, this interactive display, if you push the button, we'll have a look at the car again. We're lifting up a car garage. It's called a lifting garage, according to the display marker. And it's just one of the many Easter eggs that is hidden here within Miniatur Wonderland. The weirdest things are happening in Venice here. Entire buildings are apparently falling apart. Don't want to know why. If you couldn't tell, I'm having a lot of fun here. We did Monaco, we did Italy, part of France, and now we're off to Switzerland. So this should be exciting. So as you can see here, this is indeed a 2-story high display. We'll get to that balcony, I presume, later on. So this is one of the public highlights of the entire display. People love this one. It is a working Lindt chocolate factory. And it produces chocolates and they get dispensed here, if it works, Yes, they do. I got a little chocolate. So here it is. Let me go. Apparently we even found Pinocchio here. So let's see what's going to happen. Geppetto's moving back and oh boy. There is an impressive nose coming out. He must be lying a lot. This is one of the most bizarre things I've seen here until now. Trains are even running through the stairs. And indeed, we made it up to the second level of the Swiss exhibition. We could see the balcony before. Now I'm actually standing on it and looking down on the railway station here, a couple of meters below. I've seen Schiphol Airport before, of course in real life, and also the Madeira Dam version, which is quite impressive. I've got taxiing airplanes. I've never seen a miniature city with an actual functioning airport with planes taking off and landing. It's blowing my mind and I love it. So this is a really cool deliberate cutout of what is going on behind the scenes here. In this case with regards to the train management that they do here. It's an incredible operation and they've got more than 1,000 trains running through this entire complex. That is all being guided, of course, by computerized systems and people actually keeping track of those train movements, just like in a control tower. But there is also like these type of constructions that enable them just to stack trains and get them in a loop until they're used again on the next transition going through the exhibit. It's wonderful to see and it gives you a very good example of what actually goes on behind the scenes here. Look at this. This is the control tower. It's incredible the level of engineering and computers that's involved here. There's actually a traffic operator here sitting behind a very dedicated workstation. On the screens you can see motor vehicles, you can see grid layouts, train layouts. It's just wow. And of course, as you could expect, Miniatur Wunderland has included a scale model of Miniatur Wunderland in its own exhibition display. These towers were a thing one time. I know that I've seen plenty of them, but I haven't seen one in years now. Hamburg main station again. You know, I've been there yesterday, but then I arrived by train. Now, other more smaller sized people, even smaller than me, are arriving by train here. It looks impressive, both on a full scale as well as in a miniature scale. Okay, we found Cape Canaveral. Space shuttle is apparently ready for launch. Let's watch this and see men go to space. Guess where we are now? So I thoroughly enjoyed that experience of Miniatur Wunderland here in Hamburg. It was amazing to see what they accomplished in the last 20 years, because apparently it's been going on for 20 years now. I can definitely tick that one off the bucket list. It was cool. I will be back here someday. Having said that, now I'm going to find some lunch. And after that, it's on to the afternoon portion of the program for today. So hi, I'm back. As you can see, I picked up a little bit of a touristy outfit in one of the souvenir shops along the way. I liked it. Of course, it was overpriced, but hey, I'm a tourist. Come on, sometimes you need to spend the money. It was good. I had lunch. I had a lovely Wiener Schnitzel and one or even maybe two beers. When in Germany, do as the Germans do, and they do it well. I'm now on my way to Pier 7 for a nice boat ride through the Hamburg Harbour for 2 hours. And I'm very curious about that. Let's see what that will turn out to be. Please come along. It's clear we reached the docks. Loads of boat traffic here, which you can imagine being a major port city here, Hamburg. So it seems like here to my left is the actual pier number 7. Yes, it is. Let's go down. Let's see when my boat will arrive. Apparently, although I originally booked the 2:30 sailing, I talked to the guy at Pier 1. He said, yeah, you can just take any boat that you want. It's all good. So we'll see. So they've just updated the sign. This boat ride will start at 2:15, which is about 10 minutes from now. So in the meantime, I am very comfortable out on the outside deck. I'm the only one. Everyone else is inside, but that's fine. And it seems to wear off. Engines are starting to rev up. The gangway has been raised. So we're going to be on the water for the next 2 hours.
Guckt euch erstmal und wundert euch nicht, das ist der erste Abschnitt neu. Der Abschnitt, den wir gleich.
So the voice in the background is from the tour guide. It's a little bit of a cringe figure, but he's trying hardest. It's only in German apparently. I can understand German, so I know what he's talking about. I won't bother you with it. We're now sailing through the old Speicherstadt, so that's the old warehouse district, the old Harbour warehouse district, where also, and you can see the bridge here, Miniatur Wunderland is situated. And that bridge over there, the gangway with the glass corridor, that's where I was walking through earlier this morning. I didn't know we would actually be sailing past it today, so that's cool.
Der Kapitän, der Hafen kann da die 4 Hausmeister-Arbeits drin. Aber er sieht Weltklasse aus. Liebe Bahn, ach so habt ihr abgehalten. Stell's nicht ein Spiel.
Quite an interesting building here. Not 100% sure what it is, but it's definitely interesting. Cheers, people. Enjoying a beer here while enjoying the harbor tour. It's really cool. So you can see Hamburg is a really large container port, just like Antwerp and Rotterdam and Felixstowe. The crane installations here at the docks are insane.
Normalen Sturz. Ihr wisst, normalen Sturz, hoch oder runter, ein Wasserstand wird ausgelöst.
This harbor boat tour is really good fun. It cost me like 40 euros. I bought it in advance, like 2 months in advance when I planned this trip. It's worth every single penny. You get to see so much, and they're explaining everything, and it's really impressive city. Like here, going into the locks. It's really cool actually. And after the water did its trick, the gates on the front side of the boat are now opening on the bow, and we're able to pass through. This morning in Miniatur Wunderland, I met a couple from Scotland. He was from Glasgow, she was from Inverness. We had a nice chat actually. By the way, thanks for joining the channel. I really appreciate that. They told me they were on a cruise and they were anchored in Hamburg, going on to Rotterdam tomorrow. And I wouldn't be surprised if this was their cruise boat. So if you're here watching this channel and you recognize your cruise ship, I hope you have a good journey, and I wish you all the best.
Mittlere Reichweite bei uns heißt Entfernung zwischen 18 und 180 Kilometer.
So we've reached the end of the harbor tour. It was a thoroughly enjoyable 2 hours. The boat is doing the docking maneuver. It can take a couple of minutes, that's fine. We've seen everything actually, and it was really cool. The world's second largest container ship. We've seen a massive cruise boat. We've seen all kinds of historical and new facilities here in the harbor. It's huge harbor cranes. It was really cool. We went through the inner city, the Spijkerstad. Also good fun. So yes, can I recommend this tour? I can most definitely recommend this tour. If you ever find yourself for more than a day in Hamburg, or even just a day, take the 2-hour boat tour. It's definitely worth every single penny. After this, I consider this to be my outro for the video of today, basically. After this, I'm going to take the U-Bahn back to my hotel, charge all the devices, and get an hour of chill time, and then grab some dinner somewhere. Tomorrow there's a different trip in store, and I will take you along for that. Of course I will. So until tomorrow, thank you for joining me. Hope you're having a great day, and see you later. Bye bye.